Alright, Logan. So we somewhat cleaned up the garage yesterday. Organized things and got tools put away. Obviously still not as good as it could be, but a lot better than what it was.
Yes.
The rear axle is 100% taken apart.
Yep.
No bearings are left in it. Pinion's out. It's ready to get cleaned and painted and put back together. We got all the brake parts yesterday.
Yes, all of the brake parts. We're only waiting for, well, okay. I'll let you lead into that.
Yeah, and we also ordered all the bearings for the axle, new pinion, and all that stuff. What are we doing with the gears?
What do we determine it has in it?
307, I believe.
Something along those lines, and well, kind of wanted 410 gears, and it's going to work best with 35. So, yeah, we ordered a 410 pinion gear, and that's it, right? That's the only thing we needed for that.
Pinion ring gear, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we had to order a whole new rebuild, excuse me, install kit because the bearing on the pinion was bad anyways, so
Yeah,
it was already coming out. I had to replace the spider gears as well, so those are coming. So by the time it'll be done, the only thing that's not original in this axle will be the axle shafts.
Axle shafts, the housing, and
the backing plate for the brakes.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Oh, and I guess buried over there somewhere there's the drums, the original drums.
Yeah,
and
back in there.
yeah, they looked good, so we weren't replacing them.
No reason to.
But yeah, it warmed up a lot now. It's like 38 outside today.
A lot better than 0-ish.
I think they're still talking about 2 to 4 inches of snow today, so that should be exciting.
Really?
Yeah, well, that's what it said last night. Obviously, we haven't seen any yet.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do today?
Hopefully, we are pulling the transfer case off my truck, and off of transmission we have sitting out over there too.
Yep. And then I think in a previous video we talked about we're gonna use the new 4L60E that came out of the 04.
Yeah.
And reuse your existing transfer case, which should be an MP208.
Did we talk about that? Did we talk about that?
I don't know.
Adapter and everything? I don't know.
I don't remember if we did or not. No, I think we talked about possibly finding a MP241 off an early Suburban, like 90 Suburban.
Yeah, I think that's the last thing that was mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since then, we found an adapter that connects a
It goes from what? 7 bolts to
6 bolt. 6 bolt to 4 bolt.
Yeah, 6 bolts to 4 bolt.
Yeah.
4 bolt.
And it also has a provision for the VSS, which is the electronic speed sensor between the transmission and transfer case.
Which means...
Why do we need that?
Because I still have a...
Well, no, why do we need the electronic speed sensor?
Oh, for the motor?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that also means I can keep my mechanical speedometer and my gauge cluster, which I wasn't too happy about having to replace for $500.
Yeah, or more. Yeah, so the mechanical speedometer should be coming off the transfer case output.
Yep.
The electronic speedometer hookup that goes between the transfer case and the transmission, that's needed to control the transmission because it's an electronic transmission.
Yeah. So it solves 2 problems only.
Yeah. How much is that adapter?
I think we figured about $350.
Yeah, somewhere around there. How much do you think we're going to pay for one?
I work at a machine shop, so hopefully just material cost.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There are some benefits of working in a machine shop and having a dad who does what?
Mechanical engineer.
Yeah, who can design crap. So, yeah, all in all, if all goes well, I think we'll have less than $100 into it.
Which is great, because,
yeah.
Still would have been cheaper than gauge cluster if I could just save $250 a month.
Yeah, so we're going to pull the transfer case real quick off of that Rusty Old Hag, and then bring that transmission, that 4L60E in here, and work inside the garage and separate the transfer case off that, and take a couple measurements and see what we can make happen.
Yeah.
So let's get to work. All right, status update.
We have a very crowded garage.
Yeah,
Well, part of it.
we got a very dirty garage too.
Yeah. At least you're doing this before of a remodel.
Yeah.
Or addition.
Yeah. Well, none of the floors would be coated, then it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. So transfer case from Rusty Old Hags in here. Might nickname it Dirty Old Hag at this rate because there's a whole bunch of 35 years of mud on it.
It's kind of impressive.
And the 4L60E with everything is in here as well. Transfer case and cross member and all that crap. So we're gonna separate it in this nice heated garage. Too bad somebody broke the heater.
Kind of.
Because now there's no longer glass on the front of that.
So we can't keep it running and keep it cozy.
Yeah, so don't fall into it because you'll catch on fire.
Heck, with glass on burning holes in the back of my leg.
Yeah. Good news is that when we got the transmission, we got a hell of a deal on it. Came with the factory wire harness and everything still attached. And somebody decided it'd be a good idea to cut all the wires and splice them back together.
So that they could pull the motor.
Yeah. And where all the splices would be up against the firewall between the transmission and the motor, right?
Hold on. Where's the?
It's buried on there somewhere.
Here we go. Yeah, it's just a direct hookup, color to color.
Yeah, we'll just hook them up.
Yeah. And you know, if one thing goes bad, pull the motor over the weekend, nothing bad.
The good news is quick connect, right? Because you just rip them right back out of the butt splices. So yeah, obviously we're gonna have to replace the wire harness.
That's fine.
Which, oh well. Yeah, I guess we'll start tearing shit apart and see what it looks like.
Yeah.
All right, back to work. All right, Logan. How goes it?
Garage is even bigger of a mess and packed, I think. It's going good. I don't remember quite where we left off. We just brought it inside.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So we were going to pull that transfer case off and get measurements to make an adapter, correct?
Well, we needed a transmission, transfer case, all that good crap. So that's the one that came off the 4L60E. That's a 2004 transfer case that we are not using because it's electronic.
It's for sale right now.
What is this one?
That is 1984 transfer case.
Yep, that is the MP208. We pretty much decided everything on this truck's getting tore down, taken apart because it's all 30 plus years old, and who knows the type of condition it's in. And
it's 38 years old.
it leaked out of every seal.
Yeah.
On it.
There's no oil left in there.
The input shaft and the two output shafts all leaked. It leaked everywhere. So
yeah, it's pretty bad.
it had to come apart. Surprisingly, the inside didn't look terrible. The bearings and everything look fine. Chain doesn't like that war, but we're gonna look it up real quick, see the price, and probably just replace all of it.
Probably.
Here's the 4L60E, and it's a lot shorter without that transfer case on it.
It's a lot shorter.
And what did we?
It's almost the same size as it.
Yeah. What did we find out with that transmission and transfer case adapter that came off of that one?
If you look here, this is the end that came off transmission, so we know that's gonna bolt up.
Yep.
And this is off.
No, that's the tail shaft.
Wrong one.
That's the big case.
Yeah. And this side mounts perfectly.
Yeah.
Up to the original. It's not for right orientation, but
Yeah. The bolt holes for both
Everything.
sides match.
And we tested fit.
Yeah. The width of it is correct for full spline engagement between that transfer case and that transmission. So we could physically just bolt it all together and not have to make any special adapters, except it doesn't take care of the speed sensors that we need to add.
because we need
for the electronic transmission.
Need a electronic speed sensor, right? This one?
Yeah, yeah.
And
That needs to go somewhere in that adapter right there.
which it was on the
Came off the
tail or
tail of the
output,
transfer case. Yeah,
output side. And that won't work for
yeah.
mine. And I also need a manual speed sensor or a mechanical speed
Yeah.
sensor.
But the mechanical speed sensor is in the tail shaft of the MP208 already.
So that's good.
So that's
Yeah,
already
okay.
there. So really all we need to do is figure out a way to put that digital electronic speed sensor into that adapter over there. And it'll be good to run.
Should be.
Yeah. There's a couple different options we have. We might just drill it out and weld in an oversized bung and then tack weld on a gear to the output shaft of the transmission to make that work. I don't know. We have a couple different options we're going to play with
Yeah.
and look into. But
Yeah.
that's kind of the current stage. It's all taken apart. We need to get the case and everything cleaned up because it's a freaking mess. And there's
It's real bad.
caked on dirt like no other that's been chiseled out.
Yeah.
And then rebuild it, which shouldn't be too bad.
No.
It's a pretty simple transfer case. So, anything else?
Don't believe so.
All right. Well, snow's finally coming down out there, so I'm gonna
Pretty good.
go move that trailer back to where it belongs. That way I don't get it stuck. So, all right. Till next time. What are we doing, Logan? Actually, what are you doing? We'll start with that. Because I'm watching you make a mess.
I'm cleaning a mess by making a mess.
Yeah.
You can
Been
go
out
with
your last couple hours trying to clean that transfer case up, get the 30 plus years of mud off of it and all that crap to get ready to rebuild.
that. Mm-hmm.
We have ordered the rebuild kit and new chain.
Correct.
It's coming.
All bearings, seals, all that fun stuff.
Yep. The only thing we didn't order is a shift indicator light for the 4-wheel drive, but we'll get that at Napa or someplace close.
Yeah.
That's not that big of a deal. Did a little bit of research, and the transmission, we already said that it will bolt up to the 208 with that factory adapter that came with it, and we're just going to drill and tap for the vehicle speed sensor to go between the two.
For a new one.
For
That's another thing we ordered.
yeah, so we did order a new one because the adapter that was there when we started looking had a whole bunch of stretch cracks in it, right?
Correct.
So we probably shouldn't use that one. So
No.
we have the 40 pulse reluctor wheel coming to go on the output shaft right there.
Yep.
And
That's gonna be a while unless we find it somewhere else.
yeah, we're gonna check local, see if we can get one. But assuming all that works, it should literally be bolt together after a pretty easy swap.
Yeah. Hopefully.
And then what did I just get yelled at by Mom for?
Started pulling wiring harness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like an engine now, not
Yeah. So
something.
now there's a long block.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the accessory drives off of it, intake, headers, everything's off of it now, except for cylinder heads and the
Nonsense.
cylinder head, the harmonic balancer, but currently can't get that broken loose. And then after that, pull the timing chain
Yep.
cover. So
Yeah.
yeah, all that's off. It's all over here. Got coil packs, intake manifold, water pump, AC compressor, alternator, all that good stuff. So yeah, I was bored and wanted something to do, and started getting that engine ready to go on a stand, and that should get tore down.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, you can finish having fun scrubbing crap tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna let the soap go find something else to do then.
Nah.
There's no way this is happening. It's a
Well.
mix of mud, oil, and grease. Like it's
Yeah.
it's actually bad.
Yeah, we probably would have just pressure washed it with hot water outside, except for currently there's about 4 inches of snow on the ground, and our hoses are frozen.
New 4 inches.
Yeah, fresh 4 inches. It snowed
Just
since
snow.
this afternoon. Yeah, and our hoses are all frozen, so there's no brush washing going on.
And so is my purple power.
Hmm?
My purple power is frozen.
Don't know
Some
what
of
to tell
it.
you. But, all right, till next time.